Good evening, Ali Mehdaoui here, and welcome back to What's New with ME. Tonight, we've got a global instability, political irony, tax increases, subpoenas, snow shovels needing more ID than ballots, Medicaid funding freezes, and unrest overseas that the world is watching very carefully. So basically, it's Thursday. Let's get into it. Segment 1, Mexico, El Mencho, and security crisis. Let's get started with the side of the border. Reports confirm that Nemesio Asigüera Cervantes, a.k.a. El Mencho, leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, has been captured and killed in a massive military operation. Now, understanding something is important. This isn't just a cartel leader. CJNG has been one of the most powerful and aggressive criminal organizations in Mexico. And historically, when cartel leaders fall, power vacuums don't create peace. They create competition. Immediately after the operation, reports showed retaliation across multiple states, road blockades, arson, shootouts, civilian fear. And here's the reality most people don't want to say out loud. When governments decapitate criminal networks, there are two possibilities. The organization fractures and weakens, or it reorganizes and gets more violent. Mexico's security forces have deployed heavily. Schools in some regions closed, troops in the streets. And here's the bigger geopolitical layer. Cartels' instability does not stay contained. It affects migration flows. It affects U.S. border security. It affects fentanyl pipelines. It affects trade corridors. So when you hear cartel leader killed, don't just hear a headline. Hear the next 6 months of ripple effect. Segment 2, State of the Union, best hits and takes. So let's move to Washington. The State of the Union clocked in a nearly 1 hour and 48 minutes, one of the longest modern addresses. That alone became a headline. The themes: economy, immigration, Iran, strength, America first, energy, law and order, and the room itself, well, let's just say it was divided. Applause, heckling, standing ovations from one side, arms crossed on the other. But here's the thing about the State of the Union speech itself. So first and foremost, there are no policy documents. They are narrative-shaping events. Presidents use them to define the battleground for the next election cycle. So the real question isn't, did you like it? The question is, did it move independent voters? Did it calm markets? Did it shift momentum? Because emotionally charged chambers, well, they make good TV, but swing voters decide elections. Segment 3, Epstein files, subpoenas, and arrests. Let's address the story that refuses to disappear, the Epstein case. The DOJ has continued releasing files with heavy redactions. And here's an important clarification. Being mentioned in documents does not equal being charged. That's just a fact. It is critical. But at the same time, we now have congressional subpoenas for depositions, including high-profile political figures agreeing to testify. Some individuals have reportedly been arrested or questioned in connections to various aspects of the broader network. Now, here is where I stay balanced. If you believe in accountability, it applies to everyone. Left, right, royalty, business, Hollywood, politics, presidents, it does not matter to me. This case has become symbolic of something bigger. Public trust. And the American public's patience for elite protection is extremely thin right now. Transparency isn't optional anymore. It's survival. Segment 4, Mamdani Snow Shovel ID irony. Let's lighten up a little bit, because this one is a little bit wild. New York City announced emergency snow removal programs requiring multiple forms of identification, which sparked a national reaction. Wait, You need ID to shovel snow, but voter ID is controversial. And social media did what social media does best. Memes exploded. Break 2 forms of ID to shovel, but vibes to vote. Now, let's be fair. Administrative paperwork and voting law are different legal frameworks, but perception definitely matters. And in politics, optics can be louder than policy. This was not about snow, by the way. This was about consistency. And in 2026, consistency is a rare currency, my friend. Segment 5, New York tax increases versus campaign promises. So speaking of New York, reports show a proposed property tax increased around 9.5% as a last resort measure. Now, here's the political tension. Campaigns run on affordability. Governing runs into budget math, and math doesn't care about slogans. If property taxes rise, renters often feel it downstream. So the question becomes, is this fiscal responsibility or broken promises? Every mayor learns the same exact lesson. Campaign energy is one thing, budget spreadsheets is absolutely another. Segment 6. Minnesota Medicaid funding pause. The federal government has temporarily paused roughly $259 million in Medicaid payment to Minnesota over alleged fraud concerns. Minnesota officials say enforcement is ongoing and accuse Washington of politicizing it. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Fraud in public assistance programs does exist, but so does political theater. If fraud is proven, fix it. If not, restore the funding. But freezing healthcare dollars isn't abstract. It impacts real people. So this becomes a test of governance, not rhetoric. Segment 7, Iran unrest update. Now, internationally, Iran is experiencing renewed unrest. Official numbers say thousands dead and thousands arrested. Independent rights groups say the numbers may be significantly higher. That discrepancy alone tells you something. When death tolls vary by thousands, transparency is definitely not present. Meanwhile, the U.S. posture remains strategic but cautious. Sanctions, statements, diplomatic pressure, but no direct military escalation. And here is what I believe matters. Iran isn't just a regional issue. It affects global oil markets, nuclear negotiations, Middle East stability, Israel, Russia, China alignments. And when domestic unrest grows inside Iran, global powers watch it closely because instability inside a regime can shift alliances outside of it. So here's what ties all of this together tonight. Power vacuums, narratives, trust, accountability, optics, and perception. Cartels fall, violence spikes. Presidents speak, narrative hardens. Files release, public skepticism rises. Mayors promise, budget bites. Programs freeze, accusation flies. Countries protest, numbers don't match. The common threads, well, people don't trust institutions the way they used to. And until transparency becomes standard, not strategic, skepticism will always grow. We're not left. We're not right. We're asking questions because asking questions is still allowed, for now at least. I'm Ali Mehdaoui. This was What's New with ME. If you want real conversations without screaming, definitely visit themestudios.net, just like you see it on your screen, or write in the comment with this episode, and we'll see you next time.
Still marketing your business like it's the Yellow Pages era? Welcome to ME Studios, where local solopreneurs and small business owners catch up with the digital world and take over it. We help you go from invisible to undeniable. Featured on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Plus, gain press exposure in over 100 to 300 major media outlets like Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC, and the CW. Right here in Eatontown, New Jersey, just steps away from the soon-to-be Netflix studios, our multi-unit facility is built for creators, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Stop marketing like it's 1995. Start building your digital authority today with a team that gets it.